What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tolo's back with some Madden gameplay. Right here, I'm bringing you guys another game versus my boy Bless. Right here, we ran back-to-back games. So I wanted to bring you guys game 2. This is actually a real good game. If you guys don't know, his Instagram is GetBless. You guys can see he's a starting quarterback for the New York Jets. He's one of my best friends. We're teammates at Rutgers in college. So right here, I'm taking the Vikings. He's taking the Packers. So let's get into it. Right here, he's made a nice little inside zone on the first play. Gets a nice little first down right here. Have a feeling he might run inside zone again, and he does. We get a nice little run stop right there. I tried to run the DB fire 2 out of the 2-3-6. Right here, get a nice stop with Linville Joseph and Trey Waynes in the backfield. I never really used the Vikings too much, and I know they have tied for the most abilities, like superstars and X Factors. But right here, we get to a 4th down. Try to use her with Anthony Barr, see what he wants. And he actually hits me with a nice dot to Devontae Adams, and I tackle him on like the 3-yard line, I believe. I went hard flat. Normally I leave Sauce Carter Clap. I went hard, and he just read it quick. Right here, had him in the backfield, but he bounces off him, and then ends up scoring a touchdown. So good first drive by him. Right here, trying to run with get sticky right there with Dalvin Cook. Like I said, I never tried to use the Vikings, but I feel like they fit me well. They don't have the most speed on offense, but they could definitely, as long as you know how to dot up and can run the ball, you'll be all right. As you see, I hit an outside release fade right there, and was able to get a big game with Adam Thielen. Now just trying to keep running the ball with Dalvin Cook and see what we can keep going. Right here, pretend like I'm acting like I'm running stretch. Tried him with an out route, but he actually plays great man coverage, Kevin King, on it. Wasn't really expecting to stick with Thielen like that, but hey, you got to do right here. Hit him a nice outside release fade, and we go up and tie at 7-7. So that's huge right there because, he's trying to play press man, and you can't. There's certain routes in the game that you just can't press, especially if they have good release ratings. And, Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen both have, I believe, one has 90, or if not, they both have 90. But I know Thielen has over 90 release rating, so it's very hard to press them in this game as Harrison Smith gets a big hit. Almost, I was hoping for a fumble right there, but right here, try to run. Clicked off. Luckily, I get a shoestring tackle. Probably should just use it with Harrison Smith. I was trying to click off to make his enforcer ability work, better. As right here, he gets a nice little cutback too, so he's in field goal range already. So Bless, you can see, he plays real smart. He plays tries to play like real life football, which, trust me, me as a real life football player as well, I wish you could play Madden like real life, which you can for the most part, but you got to know some things and how to stop some of the glitchy plays. As he hits a nice ball down the sideline right there on a wheel route. So he runs outside zone. I get him a nice tackle for ran stretch, tackle him in the backfield. Once again, right here, I make a great user play with Anthony Harris right there. So now he's trying to audibly flip my play and everything, and he runs the RPO. I was trying to go out there and use it. I would have knocked it down anyway with my corner, because if you guys go back and watch, he block shedded pretty well my corner. But thankfully, I knocked it down with my linebacker, so that was huge for the CPU to come through for me. So right here, I hit him a nice dive with Dalvin Cook. Get him on a bad angle and just cut back, and then we're off to the races. And even though Amos is 93 speed, just bad angles, and then me cutting back, was able to get a nice touchdown. So we had a big goal line stand to a nice touchdown. So that's a huge momentum swing right there, Instead of it being 14-14, now it's 14-10, so that's huge. Right here, he tried to hit me with a play action. He rolled out, ends up throwing it away. Smart play by him. Trying to send a blitz right here off the edge, which we get, but he throws it quick. Aaron Rodgers has Gambler. I believe it's a Gunslinger, excuse me. So he gets the ball out really quick. Right here, tries to roll out, but we're able to get a nice sack right there with Maurice Alexander. So now 4th down, he's going for it. If I was him, I would have punted this, but I guess he wanted to go for it. Tries to force down the sideline. We get a nice pick with Anthony Harris. Sometimes, when you play cover 2, you got to shade the outside. You got to put guys in different zones so they play certain things better. As right there, somehow, there's no one blocked any of the guys coming off the left side of the line. So trying to get a run right here, get some of those yards back. He ends up making a nice tackle. So now it comes down to a 3rd down. Trying to see if I can get anything. Plays good and just block sheds me. So, I'm about to, punt the ball back to him. He just played good defense. So right here, get a nice stop for a run. I come out and been mixing up the 4-3, 3-4, and then big nickel, and sometimes nickel normal. And then eventually, passing situations, I'll go to the 2-3-6 or the 1-4-6. And I try to mix it up. I try to give people a lot of looks so they really don't know what's coming if they get stopped by a couple different things. As he tries to throw a bomb, and I get a nice pick with Anthony Harris right there. I brought everyone deep, but he was in a deep pass, and Anthony Harris was able to get back. Like I said, I try to mix up my looks. If you guys, as I hit Dalvin Cook right here, as you can see, no one covered him in the flat, so I was able to get a nice play with him. But like I said, if you guys can mix things up and don't stay one-dimensional on offense or defense, it'll actually make you a way better player and harder for people to prepare for you, because like I said, they can know what's coming out of the formations I run, but if you make good adjustments all the time, they'll never know what's coming, so they can only have an idea. As I'm in an outside release fade right there, and luckily it doesn't get picked off, but I threw it a little late too. But like I said, if I was people, I wouldn't really, any one of you guys, I wouldn't switch my scheme up or stuff. I tried doing that, and you can see I had a couple rough weeks playing in some of these tournament games because like I would switch my scheme and then I wasn't playing well because I was trying new things. But realistically, people aren't going to catch on to you, even though it's Madden, it's not real life. They're not going to catch on. If you mix it up well, they can't catch on. They can't make an adjustment for everything. So just who's going to out adjust each other on that specific play, especially if you guys are familiar opponents. Like, because playing in these tournaments, you play some of the same guys every week. Anyway, back to the game. I tried to throw it because he has cross specialists, and I know Jair is manned up, but I kind of wanted to force it. That wasn't a smart play. I should have just ended up taking a short route and taking my 3, but that was dumb. I forced it, and I knew I was going to force it on that play, but I wanted to try it anyway for whatever reason. As he throws it over the middle, we knock it down with Eric Kendricks. Big play right there. So now we just come up with a stop before half. I'm confident because I believe I get ball at half 2. Right here, he throws it. I get a nice pick right there. He kind of gave it back to me. I'm surprised he forced that. I don't really know why. I know he's trying to get maybe points before half, but now he puts me in a position to get points before half, which was huge. So right here, I motioned Thielen over and hit him with a nice corner route so I can get, in field goal range. Right here, didn't really get anything I liked. He used it really well and played man again. He likes to run a lot of man coverage, because, hey, if you can get a good press animation, or it's hard to get off if you don't have good receivers. So right here, don't really like nothing. And as you guys notice, I had Thielen in the slot. I put him back to the outside right here so he can't cover both. So he has to go user 2. And look, I put the tight end on the seam instead of a corner route. And since he manned up the safety to Thielen, because he's new on an outside release fade, I just hit him with the seam. See, like, that's not like, a crazy adjustment or one I'm guaranteed to do all the time. I just did it because I had a feeling he might do that. So it's really all about adjusting to your opponent on that specific play. So, like I said, just stick with the playbooks you're familiar with and do what you guys can. Just get adjusty. You can get sticky in the open field. All that stuff plays parts into a game. And then, like I said, if you can somehow create turnovers, whether they're fluky or not, that's also going to save you. As I hit him a nice outside, fade right there to Adam Thielen. So now as I'm up 21-10. I'm thinking any score right here is huge, field goal or touchdown. Touchdown puts me up 3, though, and then I could, run some clock, because we're playing, when we do unranked, we play 6-minute quarters, so we have to be really smart, and it makes it more of like a game. You can't just score 2 times and then run the clock out. But we also don't want the game to take 3 hours either. So right here, I'm trying to he gets a nice tackle right here, and I wasn't probably going to punt, but since I got in good range, I'm going for it right here. And this I should have hit A, but I tried it outside release fade, and then I also had RB, so he actually might have manned up Jair, and RB was wide open in the flat. I should have had either one of those, and that just wasn't good by me. So anyway, that was not a good decision, so now I really got to come up with a stop. Even if worst case scenario he scores, I got to score to pretty much solidify the game, but if I can come up with a turnover, that'll be huge. He's running dive right there. So now he's trying to run the wing tight Z, run dives and stretch out. I get a big hit with Anthony Harris right there. So, it's come out my base defenses, and I don't want to get beat when people run some of these formations, and stuff like that. So that's my whole goal and mindset. I'm just using right now the opposite side of the receiver because I'm not really too worried about his tight ends beating me deep because they're not too fast. Tried to send the house right here on 4th down. Usually hits me with a post right there. I didn't send the house, but I think I sent 6. I don't know if I sent 7, but hits me with a nice bubble right here. And get a nice tackle on Anthony Harris. I click on and click off just so he can't juke me. Right here tries to make me with a jet sweep, but I was kind of ready for it. Not that I knew it was coming. I just saw as he motioned. That's kind of what I assumed was coming. Tries to make me with a bubble, but I almost got the hit stick, but I kind of got as he stiff armed, I kind of ran myself out of the picture with Anthony Harris, Harrison Smith. But right here, using him pretty well. He tries to run around. I'm just kind of staying on it, in the zone. He tries to force it. That actually would have been a pick if that was accurate, but fortunately for him, it was inaccurate, so he ends up settling for his field goal. So now it's 21-13. I'm just thinking, like I said, any score right here, and it takes away time in the 4th, pretty much solidify the game. So he gets a nice sack right here as I'm throwing it to Adam Thielen down the sideline. As you can see, I had a little bit of separation, but not too much. So now, hit him outside release fade on this side because, I saw it work on that side. So I'm like, I'm going to go back to it and get a first down. Now I can methodically move the ball right here. We're an inside zone, but I knew he had a good block set, so I kind of want to go back to that. Hit him with it again. As you can see, Dalvin Cook, definitely a sticky running back. So, again, good animations and running forward, 9 rushes for 118. I could live with that. Right here, as you can see, I hit him a nice outside release fade again to Stephon Diggs, and we're able to take it to the house. So that was huge right there. I thought he learned his lesson playing man the last game and a few times this game, so I was kind of surprised he stayed in it because he knows how I play. He knows like how I could beat it. So as I get a nice pick with Xavier Rhodes right there and pretty much steal the game, but he knows how I play. So he's just being maybe stubborn sometimes for keeping running man. But hey, if you're gonna run it, what I'm saying, you better just make sure to adjust. So now I start putting. As I notice, I don't have too much speed as my A receiver, and I normally like it, but the Vikings don't have speed, so I try to, eventually you'll see, I try to sub in Dalvin Cook and see if I can beat him deep, because the linebackers keep up with my receiver, but, I just started messing around with it just for fun, because I kind of already knew the game was over. So right here, I think I just forced it anyway. Oh no, I forced it to Thielen, and I get a nice catch for a first down. So that was huge right there for, to get a first down and keep the drive going. He uses it. He kind of has everything boxed. So I try to force it anyway to BC Johnson, and he actually ends up coming with the pick and somehow gets in bounds. I thought he was out. I just kind of forced it right there because it was late in the game. Just trying to have a little fun, but end up having a good user right here, and he throws the ball away. So I'm just trying to play coverage. As you can see, I got him to 4 picks already. Tries to hit me with a dig, I thought, but he threw the drag, which was a good read by him. But he needs to get a quick score right here, a quick score, and he's got to hope for a stop if he were to have a chance. So right here, tries to make an outside release fade, and I am able to get the pick with Anthony Harris again. So I believe that's 5 picks this game. So I'm kind of, playing very good defense. Now you see I put Dalvin Cook as a third receiver and see if I can throw it over the top. But yeah, he puts a deep third in the middle anyway. So I couldn't do much about that. So now I'm just trying to draw some stuff up for fun. 2-minute warning happens. Kind of go to something similar. Kind of messed up my route combo. So I just take my in route to Thielen and getting a manageable third down to try to score. He sees Thielen come open, so that's what I wanted to go do, and then I wanted the playmaker be up the field. I believe that's Diggs, but he kind of went on an angle, so I don't want to force something, so I just end up throwing the ball away. And as you can see, we got 309 and 3 touchdowns with Kirk Cousins, so we're playing well. Right now I'm just trying some stuff out, seeing what comes open. Uses everything pretty well. Might as well force it up on 4th down, so I kind of just throw it up in the air to Thielen, and he ends up picking it off, but, it's 4th down, so I don't really mind, plays like that. Right here, just trying to show a different look. Come up like I'm blitzing, it hits me with a nice post over the middle and just catches it in between everybody. That was a good dot, not gonna lie. Right here, I tried to bait him and throw it to the tight end. I was just a little late. Get a nice hit stick with Harrison Smith, but nothing happened, so he's no huddling now. So I'm just saying if I can get, the game is pretty much over, but I'm just trying to get, another turnover I can. I don't want to give up a score just to make it, because he's trying to make the score look better than it was, maybe it is, so. That's how us competitors are. So I think he thought I was going to come off to the corner, and I just stayed there deep with the, because that's my responsibility. If you're a user a deep half and there's a deep route, you got to stick with it. No reason to come off and bait, because as you guys saw some of my previous videos when I played Civil, the pro player, early on, even though I got caught off my user and on a safety, I should have stayed with Tyreek Hill, and I bit up on Travis Kelce, and he hit me over the top. So you always want to cover the deep guy. Always want to. So unless you can afford to take a gamble, because every once in a while it'll pay off, but you got to be careful. So now I think I'm just calling timeout just to mess around and see what's going on. Should have hit RB, but ended up throwing it away. And just trying to get some, cheap points right here to, mess around, because you know how us competitors are. We just want to score as much as we can. So right here, not much is happening. So I end up just taking a sack. I call timeout, just see if I can get 1 or 2 more good plays. Have Dalvin Cook over the middle, seeing if I could force it, but he stays with him, believe it or not, which is crazy. So I end up he just knocking it down. Luckily, it wasn't a pick. I should have threw it to Thielen, but I thought he was going to stay with him. So now I just end up punting it and letting the clock run out just to, no reason to have the game go on. So anyway, that was a great game versus Blessed. That was our 2 games. Like I said, go check him out. He's starting cornerback for the Jets. We play Madden all the time. So like I said, go check the Madden rosters out and check him out. Maybe you guys can get a game with him or something. Or, hit me up and we'll see what happens. But he's always down to play. He's played in a couple of range tournaments before, so he likes playing Madden. He's pretty competitive, but I try to teach him my ways, but sometimes he just tries to play too much of that real stuff. He don't want to run those 1-4-6s and everything. But good game to Bless. But if you guys have not, please subscribe and please drop a like on the video, and I'll catch you on the next gameplay.
Watch out for the villain.